Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322. In this video is going to show the fastest cars made by the in-game manufacturer Vapid in terms of lap time. As always, the position counter is in the top left with the best lap time the vehicle achieved in the top right, and since it's more for interest purposes rather than anything functional, non-raceable cars are included in this list. Also, as the title says, this is cars only, there's no bikes, planes or anything else here. This video only focuses on track performance, so if you're interested in top speed, where braking, cornering and acceleration aren't relevant, check the link in the description for the top speed testing series, and if you want to know more information about this testing, including the extent to which it's accurate and how useful it is for you personally, have a read of the full description as everything that you need is in there. This video lists the top 10 cars and is correct as of the Cayo Perico heist update. For any vehicles added after that or other classes of cars, check the playlist linked in the second line of the description, and feel free to check out my Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want to support this work and get testing results of any new cars a little bit early. So Vapid is the biggest car maker in GTA with 54 cars. The next biggest is D-Class, which has 10 cars less at 44. So really widespread. Certainly we're only seeing the top 10 here, but there's another 44 other cars made by Vapid that are all slower than the 10 that we see in this list, and it's a wide variety of different types of vehicles. But Vapid is certainly specialists when it comes to the quickest muscle cars. Vapid have some of the quickest muscle cars in the game, like the Pisswasser Dominator here for example, and alongside D-Class they pretty much have a lock on the top 6 cars in the muscle class together. Vapid also has some of the quickest cars in the non-raceable muscle class, like the Arena Dominator here, as you can see, which is in 5th place overall for vehicles that D-Class makes. Obviously these arena vehicles, they're not usable in regular races, and they get the kind of lap times and top speeds that they do because of those boosts. When it comes to top speed, obviously it's no surprise that it's these arena vehicles that would be at the top if we did this list for top speed, because yeah, the boosts that they get just launch them to much higher top speeds. But they also do make some sports cars, sports classic cars, as we see here with the Retinue Mark II. We're starting to get up there in terms of lap time now with a 105.7. It's 4th in the sports classics class, and they have some ability at least to make some, you know, quick cars that have some grip. It's just that there isn't that much of them. So we come to the top 3 and we've got the Imperator here with a 105.1, so just a little bit quicker than the Retinue Mark II. It's the quickest muscle car in the game in terms of lap time if you take into account all cars in the muscle class, but obviously it's not raceable, so it's technically sort of only quickest in the non-raceable subclass that I'd like to, you know, separate them out with. And yeah, again, it's because of the boost. It has a decent amount of grip for a muscle car at least, and it gets that boost that just allows it to reach much higher top speeds and straight line speeds and accelerate much quicker as well. There is only one supercar in this list, just to point out, and it's obviously our number 1 car in the video. First up, before we get to that, we've got the Flash GT, which is a fairly competent sports car. A 103.8 is a pretty decent lap time. It does suffer from having the advanced handling flags that make it a pretty bouncy, horrible experience to drive. It's one of the quickest you can use in a sort of rally race in an off-road situation. Without those advanced handling flags, it is pretty fun, but yeah, it is, you know, outside of the top 20 for the sports class. But yeah, like I said, there's only one supercar in this list, and it's the car that we're going to see next in first place. But Vapid actually do make 2 supercars. It's just that the Bullet is so slow, it doesn't even make the top 10 for cars that Vapid makes. It's even beaten out by the Trophy Truck and the Desert Raid, as we saw at the start. But ultimately the number 1 car that Vapid makes is the FMJ. Like I said, it's the only supercar that's actually like a supercar really. The Bullet could be anywhere else and it would still be not competitive. With a 101.7, it's a big difference in lap time to even 2nd place. And I guess for such a large manufacturer, you know, they're the biggest manufacturer of cars in GTA. It's quite surprising that they don't have anything quicker or a higher concentration of quicker cars, especially compared to Benefactor that we saw last week. Vapid isn't quite hitting the same performance at the top end, even with more than double the number of cars that they make. The FMJ is a competent supercar. You know, it's in the B tier, which is a very widespread tier for supercars and quite a popular tier to race with. You know, it can go up against things like a Zentorno and Tempesta. You know, there's quite a wide variety of cars in that subclass. It's just that there isn't an awful lot else that Vapid makes that is really quick. And, you know, we're seeing the comparison here between the FMJ and the Flash GT. And obviously this is kind of showcasing the difference between a good top-end supercar and sort of a relatively decent, okay sports car. It just, you know, is able to drive away pretty much everywhere. It does have a pretty decent top speed as well, the FMJ. It would probably be after the arena vehicles when it comes to top speed. But yeah, we're just not seeing anything sort of crazy quick. We don't have any cars from Vapid that are in that sort of sub 1 minute lap time area. There's certainly more specialists in, like I said, the muscle class, and like I said, with the top trophy truck and the Desert Raid off-road vehicles as well, and just some generally slower vehicles. They do make some quick ones, but yeah, it's not crazy quick, at least. Certainly not what we saw from Benefactor last week. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want testing results early. And remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed or found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.